Hello there, welcome to Samuel Academy. My name is Samuel, and in this video I want to talk about heat capacity and specific heat capacity. I want to pose a question. What causes heat transfer from one body to another? Heat transfer is caused by differences in temperatures. There must be temperature difference between two bodies for there to be heat transfer between the bodies. There has to be a temperature gradient. Alright? Now, when we have heat transfer, we find that there is heat energy that is released or absorbed. To find the quantity of heat energy released or absorbed, we use the following formula, that Q is equal to Cp times M times delta T, where Q is the quantity of heat energy that is released or absorbed, and Cp is the specific heat capacity of that substance, M is the mass of the substance, and delta T is the change in temperature. Right? And from this expression, you can find the specific heat capacity of a given substance by making Cp the subject of that equation. Let's see the differences, or rather the difference between heat capacity and specific heat capacity. Heat capacity is the amount of heat that is required to raise the temperature of an object by 1 degree Celsius. Let me repeat. Heat capacity is the amount of heat that is required to raise the temperature of an object by 1 degree Celsius. But specific heat capacity of a substance is the amount of energy that must be transferred to or from 1 gram of that substance to change its temperature by 1 degree Celsius. So here we are talking about the mass of the substance. Okay, but in the first case, we have not mentioned about the mass. So specific heat of a substance is the amount of energy that must be transferred to or from 1 gram of that substance to change its temperature by 1 degree Celsius. Let us look at a worked example to see how we can calculate a specific heat capacity of a material. A 10.3 gram sample of a reddish brown metal gave off 71.7 calories of heat as its temperature decreased from 97.5 degrees Celsius to 22 degrees Celsius. What is the specific heat of the metal? So we have that formula there. Quantity of heat is equal to Cp times mass times delta T, change in temperature. We are required to find Cp. So Cp is equal to the heat energy required divided by mass times change in temperature. So the heat energy is given as 71.7 calories divided by the mass, which is 10.3 grams, times change in temperature, that is 97.5 minus 22 degrees Celsius. You get 75.5 degrees Celsius. So when you work out this one here, you get 0.0922 joules per gram per degree Celsius. That is the specific heat capacity for that metal. And that's how we go about when solving such problems. Okay, so I hope this video has been useful. Kindly like, subscribe, and leave a comment.